Hello Chelsea fans. Welcome again to Chelsea HQ View for an amazing blog post about our beloved Chelsea FC. Chelsea vs Crystal Palace, the season opener that could set the tone for everything. The summer break is over. The new kits are ready. The fans are buzzing with excitement. But are we truly prepared for what lies ahead? Sunday, August 17th marks more than just another Premier League match. When Chelsea step onto the pitch at 3 p.m. to face Crystal Palace, they'll be carrying the weight of expectation, the momentum of recent success, and some serious questions about their defense. This London derby isn't just about 3 points, it's about making a statement for the entire 2025-26 campaign. The big picture, why this match matters more than most season openers. Every season opener carries significance, but this one feels different. Chelsea are coming off a Club World Cup triumph, having dismantled PSG 3-0 in the final. The confidence is sky high, the new signings are integrated, and the attacking football we saw in pre-season has everyone talking about title challenges. But here's the thing, Crystal Palace aren't the same team we've been dominating for years. They lifted the FA Cup. They won the Community Shield. Under Oliver Glasner, they found something special. For the first time since 1991-92, they managed to avoid defeat in both Premier League meetings last season. That's not a coincidence. So the question isn't just whether Chelsea can win. It's whether they can handle the pressure of being favourites against a Palace side that's tasted success and wants more. Chelsea's momentum, building on Club World Cup glory. Let's start with the positives, and there are plenty of them. That Club World Cup victory wasn't just about the trophy, it was about how Chelsea won it. The 3-0 demolition of PSG in the final showcased everything this team can be at its best. The attacking play was fluid. Cole Palmer looked unplayable. The midfield controlled every phase of play. Even the defense, despite all the injury concerns, held firm when it mattered. These are the performances that get you thinking about what this season could deliver. But can that form translate to the Premier League grind? International tournaments and domestic leagues are different beasts. Palace won't give Chelsea the space that some Club World Cup opponents did. They'll press higher, tackle harder, and make every minute uncomfortable. The real test isn't whether Chelsea can play beautiful football, we know they can. It's whether they can impose that style on a Palace team that's grown comfortable frustrating bigger sides. The defensive dilemma, how serious is the crisis at the back? Here's where things get interesting, and not necessarily in a good way. Levi Colwill is out for the season with an ACL injury. Wesley Fofana remains unavailable. Suddenly, Chelsea's defensive depth looks concerningly thin. Trevoh Chalobah is fit after that pre-season scare in extreme heat. Dossin Adarabioyo brings experience from his previous clubs. Young Jorrel Hato represents the future. On paper, it's not terrible. But paper doesn't win football matches. Can a makeshift defensive partnership handle Jean-Philippe Mateta's physicality? Will they cope with Eberechi's movement between the lines? These aren't theoretical questions, they're the practical challenges that could determine the entire season. The good news is that Reece James provides defensive stability from right back. Marc Cucurella has shown he can contribute both defensively and going forward. The midfield shield of Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez should provide protection. But football is about fine margins. One defensive lapse, one moment of inexperience, and suddenly the narrative changes from Chelsea's attacking brilliance to defensive concerns that could derail the season. Crystal Palace's transformation, from relegation battlers to cup winners. Remember when Crystal Palace were just happy to survive in the Premier League? Those days are long gone. This is a team that's won major silverware, played with confidence against top 6 sides, and developed a genuine identity under Oliver Glasner. The FA Cup triumph wasn't a fluke. The Community Shield victory wasn't lucky. These achievements came from a team that's learned to believe in itself. When Palace players step onto the pitch now, they don't see themselves as underdogs hoping for a point. They see themselves as winners capable of beating anyone on their day. Eberechi has become one of the most dangerous attacking midfielders in the league. His ability to find space, create chances, and score spectacular goals makes him a constant threat. Ismaila Sarr brings pace and directness that can stretch any defense. Jean-Philippe Mateta finished last season with 16 goals, not the numbers of a player who's just making up the numbers. Under Glasner, Palace have found the perfect balance between defensive solidity and attacking ambition. They don't just sit back and hope for the best. They press when the moment is right, they counter with pace and precision, and they've developed the mental strength to compete with the biggest clubs. This isn't the Palace that Chelsea used to brush aside without breaking sweat. This is a dangerous opponent that's already proven they can get results against top teams. The head-to-head record, when history meets reality. The numbers tell one story. Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 15 Premier League games against Palace, 13 wins and 2 draws. That's the kind of dominance that breeds confidence and puts psychological pressure on opponents. But those 2 draws? They both came last season. For the first time in over 30 years, Palace managed to avoid defeat in both league meetings with Chelsea. That's not just a statistic, it's a sign that the power dynamic might be shifting. Football fans love talking about history, but players live in the present. The current Palace squad doesn't care about what happened 5 years ago. They care about what happened last season when they proved they could compete with Chelsea as equals. The challenge for Chelsea is proving that last season's results were anomalies rather than signs of a new reality. The challenge for Palace is showing that those draws weren't lucky escapes but genuine indicators of their improvement. History suggests Chelsea should win comfortably. Recent form suggests it won't be that simple. Predicted starting lineups: who takes the field? Before we dive deeper into tactics, let's look at how both teams are likely to line up for this crucial opener. Chelsea's expected starting 11. Sanchez will start between the posts, having established himself as the number 1 choice. The back 4 should see Reece James at right back, bringing his attacking threat and defensive experience. In central defense, Trevoh Chalobah partners with young Jorrel Hato, a combination that mixes experience with potential. Marc Cucurella takes the left-back spot, offering pace and crossing ability down the flank. The midfield partnership of Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez provides the perfect balance. Caicedo brings the defensive steel and ball-winning ability, while Fernandez adds creativity and passing range. This duo will be crucial in controlling the game's tempo. In attack, Pedro Neto starts on the right wing, with his pace and trickery causing problems for Palace's defense. Cole Palmer takes the central attacking midfield role, where his creativity and goal threat will be vital. Jamie Gittens gets the nod on the left wing, offering direct running and crossing ability. Leading the line, Liam Delap gets his chance to show what he can do in the Premier League. Crystal Palace's expected starting 11. Dean Henderson starts in goal, bringing Premier League experience and shot-stopping ability. The defense features a back 4 with Nathan Richards at right back and Tyrick Mitchell on the left, both offering pace and attacking support. Marc Guehi and Maxence Lacroix form the central defensive partnership, combining leadership with aerial strength. In midfield, Will Hughes and Daikai Kamada will look to control the center of the park, while Daniel Munoz provides energy and pressing from a more advanced role. This trio will need to work hard to disrupt Chelsea's passing rhythm. The front 3 is where Palace's main threat lies. Eberechi Eze takes the right wing position, ready to drift inside and create chances. Ismaila Sarr starts on the left wing, bringing pace and directness that could stretch Chelsea's defense. Jean-Philippe Mateta leads the line, using his physicality and improved finishing to trouble Chelsea's young centre-backs. New signings and squad depth: has the summer shopping paid off? Looking at these predicted lineups, Chelsea's summer business becomes even more interesting. Several new faces are expected to start, which shows both the confidence in their abilities and the necessity given squad situations. Liam Delap leading the line against Palace's physical defenders will be fascinating to watch. Can he handle the pressure of being Chelsea's main attacking threat? Jamie Gittens on the left wing offers pace that could trouble Palace's defense, but will he track back enough to help defensively? The integration of these new players will be crucial. Pedro Neto brings Premier League experience from his time at Wolves, which could help him settle quickly. But others like Delap are stepping up to a completely new level of expectation and pressure. Squad depth has been a Chelsea strength in recent years. This season, it might be tested earlier than expected, especially with the defensive injury crisis forcing young Hato into a starting role so soon. Tactical breakdown: how will both teams approach this game? Chelsea's tactical setup under their current system has been built around controlling possession and creating chances through patient build-up play. The midfield pairing of Caicedo and Fernandez provides both defensive stability and the ability to pick passes between the lines. Cole Palmer has become the creative hub, drifting inside from the right to find space and pick out teammates. His set-piece delivery adds another dimension to Chelsea's attacking threat. On the left, whoever plays that position will need to provide width and pace to stretch Palace's defense. But how will this approach work against a Palace team that's learned to press aggressively and disrupt passing rhythms? Glasner's system relies on forcing mistakes and then capitalizing with quick transitions. If Chelsea gets sloppy with their passing, Palace have the pace to punish them. Palace's approach will likely focus on staying compact when Chelsea have possession, then breaking quickly when they win the ball back. E's ability to find pockets of space between the lines could be crucial. Mateta's physicality against Chelsea's makeshift defense offers a clear route to goal. The wide players, particularly Sa, will look to exploit any defensive uncertainty. The tactical battle might come down to whether Chelsea can maintain their passing accuracy under pressure, or whether Palace can force enough mistakes to create dangerous counter-attacking opportunities. Key players who could decide the match. Cole Palmer has become Chelsea's most important creative player. His ability to find the final pass, score from difficult positions, and deliver from set pieces makes him the player Palace will worry about most. If he finds his rhythm early, Chelsea's attacking play flows naturally. For Palace, Eberechi's represents their biggest threat. His movement between the lines, ability to beat players one-on-one, and knack for scoring spectacular goals makes him the player Chelsea's defense must watch constantly. Give him space, and he'll punish you. Jean-Philippe Mateta's battle with Chelsea's young defenders could determine the match's outcome. His physicality, aerial ability, and improving finishing make him a genuine goal threat. Against inexperienced centre-backs, he could find the space to cause real problems. Moises Caicedo's role in shielding Chelsea's defense will be crucial. His ability to break up Palace's attacks and start Chelsea's own counter-moves could swing the game either way. If he has an off day, Chelsea's defensive concerns become magnified. The goalkeeper battle between Robert Sanchez and Dean Henderson adds another interesting subplot. Both have something to prove, and both could be called upon to make crucial saves. Predictions and betting insights, where the smart money goes. The bookmakers have Chelsea as clear favourites, which makes sense given their recent form and historical dominance in this fixture. But football isn't played on paper, and Palace's recent improvement suggests the odds might not tell the whole story. A 2-1 victory for Chelsea feels like the most likely outcome. They have enough quality to create chances and find goals, but Palace's attacking threat means clean sheets won't come easily. The over 2.5 goals market looks attractive given both teams' attacking capabilities. Both teams to score feels like a strong bet. Chelsea's defensive concerns and Palace's improved attacking play suggest goals at both ends. Cole Palmer to score anytime offers decent value, especially given his set-piece ability and creative threat. Corner betting might be worth considering. Both teams like to attack through wide areas, which typically generates plenty of corner opportunities. The over 9.5 corners market could offer value. For the more adventurous, first goalscorer markets present opportunities. Palmer's creativity and set-piece ability make him attractive at longer odds. For Palace, Mateta's physicality against young defenders could pay off. What this result means for both teams' season expectations. A Chelsea victory would validate the summer optimism and suggest they are genuine title contenders. It would show they can overcome defensive concerns through attacking quality and mental strength. Most importantly, it would demonstrate that last season's struggles against Palace were temporary setbacks rather than permanent problems. A Palace victory or draw would send shockwaves through the Premier League. It would suggest they're not just improved but capable of competing with the very best. For Glasner, it would prove his methods work against top opposition. For the players, it would confirm they belong at this level. The psychological impact extends beyond just these two teams. Other Premier League sides will be watching closely. Can Chelsea's new-look team handle pressure? Are Palace genuine contenders for European places? The answers could shape how both teams are approached for the rest of the season. The atmosphere and occasion. London derby intensity. London derbies carry special significance. The proximity of the fan bases, the local bragging rights, and the intensity of the rivalry create an atmosphere that can lift players to extraordinary heights or crush them under pressure. For Chelsea's young defenders, this will be their first taste of Premier League intensity in a high-stakes environment. How they handle the crowd, the pace, and the physical challenges could set the tone for their entire seasons. Palace fans will arrive believing they can get a result. Their recent success has bred confidence, and they'll expect their team to compete as equals rather than hopeful underdogs. That expectation can either inspire players to greater heights or add unwanted pressure. The 2 p.m. kickoff ensures maximum television audience and intense scrutiny. Every mistake will be analyzed, every decision questioned, and every moment of quality celebrated. Both teams know the watching world will judge them based on this performance. Final thoughts, setting the stage for what's to come. This match represents more than just 3 points. It's about establishing identity, proving worthiness, and setting expectations for the months ahead. Chelsea need to show they can win while dealing with defensive concerns. Palace need to prove their improvement is sustainable against top-level opposition. The beauty of season openers lies in their unpredictability. Form guides become irrelevant. Expectations can be shattered in 90 minutes. What matters is which team handles the pressure, executes their game plan, and takes their chances when they come. Chelsea enter as favourites, and rightfully so. Their quality, depth, and recent success make them the logical choice. But Palace have earned the right to be taken seriously. Their cup wins, improved performances, and growing confidence make them dangerous opponents. Will Chelsea's attacking brilliance overcome their defensive concerns? Can Palace continue their upward trajectory against elite opposition? Will the new signings make immediate impacts? These questions will be answered on Sunday afternoon. One thing is certain, this London derby promises to be entertaining, competitive, and potentially season-defining for both clubs. The 2025-26 Premier League campaign begins with a bang, and neither team will want to start with disappointment. Football fans across the world will be watching. The stage is set. The players are ready. Let the new season begin.